Welcome into episode 7 of the Bridge Street podcast. We finally got here. I'm surprised we made it. We'll be here every week at this point. If we could do 7, we could do 100. But just wanted to get back into this week and some of the music we're going to see here. Make sure you go back and check out last week's show. We talk about Jack Boy's 2 album. Also, there is the Clips album, Let God Sort 'Em Out. And we also go over the many singles from JID to Drake to Lil Yachty. We really touch on everything last week with a full docket. It's about a 90-minute episode. Feel free to hop in where you want. But it's really in-depth. We talk about everything from Push to Trav to Tyler to all these guys. Everything and how it mixes in. So definitely a great listen and probably our best episode so far. So make sure you go and check it out. And as I say, as always, make sure that you're trying to, subscribe, interact any way you can. It's really helpful in what we do here. Jacob, how are things going, man?
Good, man. I'm living life. One day removed from a Tyler drop, I am living my best life. Or like 2 days. Came out on it's 1 day. Yeah. I've had like very little time to process it, but I know we're gonna get into it, but I'm just excited. Feeling good.
And so honestly, we might as well just get right into it at this point. The Tyler album comes out. It was an odd drop. What it was it a Sunday drop? It was a Monday drop.
Monday.
The Monday drop. Don't Tap the Glass. You saw there was a live show in LA for it. No phones, no cameras allowed for it. Kind of that was a main theme of it. And then also you had a bunch of stuff in New York doing marketing for it. But we're about a couple of days. We're about 1-2 days out from this. How were we feeling about it, Trashley?
Bro. It is so sick. I dig this thing so bad, man. I set my alarm because it was gonna release at 6 Eastern, 5 Central. So I wanted to set my alarm so I could like wake up, and then I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Forget that. But I ended up waking up at 6 in the morning anyway. So it was like the first thing I did when I woke up and did. I really dig this thing. I mean, we were talking about it like not on the podcast because but it like we thought it was gonna be like an actual like a real rap album, and it kind of was like in the first half, but then like the last 3 songs and the kind of the back half, you kind of got more of like what we've come to know Tyler as, and like I don't know, dude, it was just sick as hell. I dug this thing like crazy, bro. Oh my god.
This week I didn't put my notes in the doc, and I did that for a reason. On short notice with this Tyler album coming out, I was kind of excited to see, and we're coming off of a Clips release, we're coming off of a Kendrick release last year, and him remixing a song on that. I really thought this was gonna be a rap album. This is not a rap album, and in terms of first impressions, I could change my tune towards the end of the year, but I'm very indifferent about this album.
Interesting.
And I'm a big Tyler fan, but I could give or take this album. If you remove this from Tyler's discography, I really wouldn't care.
Interesting.
I really like the message behind it, and it seems thought out, but I think there's a real difference where you get the best songs from Tyler, and we'll even get into this later in the video, but the place where you get the best songs from Tyler is when he puts them within a concept.
Yeah.
And I think everything from Flower Boy to Call Me If You Get Lost to Chromakopia, all that stuff, there's a real concept.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if it's fair to compare these. He said when you're comparing Chromakopia and Don't Tap the Glass that it's not really the most fair thing to do because it's a quick album versus something that's more thought out in concept. But if he was going to do a quick album, I would way rather him just rap and spaz for 10 straight tracks. At that point, I might consider it Tyler's best project.
That's a fair take to have. Yeah, I think it's kind of like, not really fair to compare with like the last couple projects we've seen because like if you look back, we've had like these like kind of massive like rollouts that spanned like a couple of weeks. I think like Chromakopia was like a huge like rollout, and this one kind of just like spawned in out of nowhere, just a couple cryptic Instagram posts. I thought it was gonna be like a music video or something, but no. I mean, if you kind of just like remove any sort of context from like the discography as a whole, I mean, it's kind of a dumb point, but regardless, I just really had a lot of fun with this thing. I had fun listening to it, like just sitting down and I was like geeking the whole time listening. I just had a great time listening to it, and I think that's kind of the point. I think like that's kind of the main focus of the album, just kind of to have fun with it.
I get that, and I see it, and I kind of agree in the fact that maybe it's not fair to compare to his albums.
Yeah.
But there's no point where like I can make a distinction in what I like versus what I don't. Like I'm listening to this, and I get that it's like a fun thing, but when I listen to like a Yachty or an Uzi, and I get that fun, just a straight vibes play, like I can enjoy it. And even some of the older Tyler stuff, you go into like a Bastard or a Wool.
Yeah.
And there's some of this stuff that's like, okay, you like this song, even the lyrical content might not be the biggest thing or anything like that. It's just straight vibes play. Cool. But I'm really trying to listen to this, and I don't find any parts that stick out. The last track was, I kind of enjoyed that one, but I've listened to this project through twice, and nothing is sticking out to me where I'm like loving really anything.
That's so interesting. That is so interesting. I like, because I kind of feel like almost the like kind of the opposite way, where it's like I was like when I listened to it, I was like, oh, like this song like rocks, you know? It's like, oh, I really enjoyed this part, or like I wasn't too high on like other stuff, you know? It's sort of interesting that you were just kind of like nothing really stuck out. Like
And I like, and the thing too is like, I think with Tyler making it and kind of how it is, there's no like any part where I'm like, this is bad. Like I'm not even saying it's bad. It's just I don't feel anything that I'm like super excited about. And I know we have to be here, and we can't just be like, oh, it's just my personal opinion, because we are a podcast. We have to make decisive opinions about these projects.
Yeah.
But to me, the Tyler ability to produce and his vocals brings it up enough to where it's not bad, but there's no high points where I'm like super excited about anything. And it's to me it's not. I'm not excited about it. I didn't love it. It won't be on my top 10 projects.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, no, it won't touch it.
I was in the camp where I was like maybe like I really enjoyed it a lot, but in like my head I'm kind of like maybe this will be on my top 10, maybe it won't be. You know, just still got a lot of year left, you know? But like I'm like, for me it'll probably be like probably borderline like in my top 10. We just have to see like where the year takes us. But like I know you already said you listened to it like twice through already. I mean, I've probably listened to it like the exact same amount of time, but like I don't know. But
I had more fun. Like and so this is a fun album, I get that. Let's not even compare it to the other Tyler albums. I had more fun listening to the Pierre Bourne album than this. Like, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way or anything like that. Like, I mean, like I had more fun listening to the Pierre Bourne album than this. Like, it's just like these like minute long, 90-second long tracks that I just can't get into. It's just not for me. And I am someone who loves like 2000 stuff, like early some of that influence, some of that Neptune's influence you see in it. But it's not like there's nothing that sticks out to me where I love it, and I'm really indifferent about it. I wish I had a stronger opinion on it.
Wow, that's really interesting. Just to be clear, I think I probably had more fun listening to Pierre Bourne album too, but like that's just the Pierre Bourne experience, brother. Like the #1 rated mixtape of all time. But no, I mean like again, like songs like I immediately added to my playlist, like Sucker Free, Stop Playing With Me, Ring, 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 and then the last three, like Don't You Worry Baby, I'll Take Care of You, Tell Me What It Is. Oh my god. Like I just those ones, like those were songs that like really stuck out to me when I listened to them. I'm like, oh man, like, these are gas. These are really good.
I definitely enjoyed Yeba's contribution to I'll Take Care of You, but again, the song is kind of that. And then Tell Me What It Is was like a little bit more towards Tyler-esque music. But not something like, and I think too, like, I think it may be the mood I'm in, because, like, in the past weeks, I've been listening to this Clips album over and over and over again. And that's why I was like, ooh, what if Tyler drops, like, a rap album? I'm gonna be so excited, I'm gonna lose it, I'm gonna go crazy. But then it's, like, this, like, it's weird. I don't even know what to compare it to. I don't even know what a comparable artist would be for this. Like, I'm so indifferent about it. I could really, like, if you said you could never listen to this again, I really wouldn't care. Like, it's mid. I have no ads.
Damn.
I have no ads on my playlist from it.
Damn.
Tell Me What It Is probably my favorite song off of it. But again, I'm probably not going back to it. And I respect the concept of it. I get that, like, having fun, you know, get off your phones, dance. But
damn,
I don't really. I'm not excited by it. I don't really feel like dancing to it.
Damn, that's just it's so wild. Like how, like, I mean, I think we're both like pretty like obvious Tyler fans, but it's so interesting that we both kind of have like a very different outlook on what we heard.
Yeah, it's interesting too, because this is not me. Like, this is like one of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm indifferent about it. And it's not like, this is not a big day. This is not like a
No, it's not that. It's not that. I understand that's not. I understand that's not what you're saying.
It's just I listened to this twice, and I was looking for something I could even talk about or feel like I'm either pissed off about or super happy about it, and I couldn't find it.
Damn. Wow, that's interesting. Dude, this is what, listen up, kids, this is what the Pusha T doom spiral does to you. You start hoping everybody makes a rap album.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Well,
no, I'm kidding. Obviously, I don't care.
No, I totally understand. But like I guess I do think it's fair when I go from, like, last week it was like God Sort 'Em Out, Daytona, and what's the one, Let It Dry.
Yeah.
Like, those three albums, like, I'm listening to those. Even like Jack Boys too. I had so much fun. It's like very high end. This is just like I don't see, like, Tyler has so many big moments in so many of his songs. Like, whether it's on Chromakopia, like or even like Call Me If You Get Lost. Like, they're just these Tyler verses and vocals and like the contrast between him and his features that pull me into the music.
Yeah.
But it just feels like a blob. And I know I'm harping on the same point here, but I'm really curious to see how the reaction is to this, because for me it's not.
Yeah,
it's nothing.
It's interesting. Like, I've seen, like, based on what I've seen, like, around, just like from the general like talking of people or whatever. Like, I don't know. There's some people who are saying exactly what you're saying, who are like, they don't really like care that much or think it's that good. But then, like, it's kind of hard to like find like actual criticism and like actual nuance of like opinions when it comes to Tyler, just because of how massive he is and how many Tyler Glazers there are on planet Earth right now. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many...
And how divisive he is, not in his art, but in how you either... So many people, no one's gonna be like, I don't like this album, and like likes Tyler. I feel like I might be one of the very few people saying this, because I like Tyler and I don't necessarily like the project.
Yeah.
It's just, I hate Tyler or I love Tyler. It's good or it's bad.
Yeah, it's either like you're either like, oh, this one's bad, or like this is his best album yet, and it's just like that's not true. But like, whatever. I think like wait for the dust to settle, give it like 2 weeks, and then we'll see how people actually really feel about it. Like, we'll see.
I think I need to give this project 2 months before I go back and listen to it. I'll listen to it before the end of the year.
Yeah,
but I'm not excited about this. I was speaking with one of my friends yesterday, and they're like, don't tell me how you feel about the Tyler album because your music opinions are so strong. I don't want to be influenced. And I was like, okay, like, my bad, like sorry, like I didn't mean to, bro. Like, but yeah, no, what are we looking at out of 10 on this from you, Trashly?
Out of 10, dude. Honestly, like, I mean, just, I don't know. For me, it's probably anywhere from like, let's go like 7.8 to like 8.2, like high 7, low 8, in my opinion.
So now we're back. We had a little fire alarm mishap in my apartment here.
A little fire scare.
A little fire scare. But everything's good now.
Yeah.
So, wrapping up your thoughts on this Tyler album, where do we kind of sit?
Yeah, so like I said, probably like high 7 to low 8, probably leaning towards like high 7. Because, like, is it better than Chromakopia? No. Is it better than Igor? No. Is it better than Flower Boy? No. Is it better than Wolf? Probably not. But, that still doesn't discredit it. But, no, I thought this was pretty solid. And I thought it was a pretty good project. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, like I said, out of about a 5.5. No ads. I hope I like this by the end of the year, but I don't see myself doing it. I honestly would have rathered a deluxe to Chromakopia with the songs that didn't get on it, or if he just rapped for this amount of time.
Yeah,
it might have been my favorite Tyler project in years, but
yeah,
it is what it is. And so that kind of wraps up our review for that.
Sure.
It's probably the biggest release by far this week.
Mm-hmm.
But we also had some singles, so we're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel here. a little bit. I don't mean that in a mean way.
Whoa.
We're not talking, but at the same time, we are not talking heavy rap game implications. We're not talking top 5s. We're not talking top 10s. But Trippie Redd, who's recently linked up with Kanye, or my bad, Ye, and working on some projects here. He dropped a 2-pack of songs here, Wake Up, and I want to say On the Face was the name of the other one. But, Trippie Redd, someone who, hit a peak in 2018's, had some big hits since then, but kind of phased out here. But how are we feeling about these 2 singles here?
Yeah, I mean, like you said about Trippie Redd, I mean, I don't even know how I feel about him anymore. I kind of forgot what my opinion was. But but these 2 tracks though, I thought the first of the two tracks, excuse me, I thought that one was actually really good. I thought the production was pretty fire. It's Woke Up. Right, I had it completely different in my notes. I did a completely different title. But yeah, Woke Up. I thought the production was fire. I thought it was actually a really good track. But the second track, The Face, DJ Drama showing up was insane. I didn't really expect that from Trippie Redd. Didn't really expect that pull. But I didn't like that one as much. I didn't think his rapping was as strong, and the production was great, but I just kind of thought that one was okay. Not super great.
Yeah, Wake Up, I felt at the beginning, before he started rapping, before that beat switch, I felt like that was great Trippie. And the biggest thing I've said about Trippie Redd is if you want Trippie Redd to recapture the magic, you buy him a $30 SoundCloud microphone and you put him in a closet and he sings there, and it sounds like if you look at Love Letter to You 1, Love Letter to You 2, Life's a Trip, his best stuff comes in this underpolished, almost grungy sounding SoundCloud rap, and it just, I felt like that for that 30 seconds. I was like, wow, this reminds me of old Trippie Redd. Then he started rapping. The rapping was decent, but Woke Up was fire. And then The Face, I was not too. I like the DJ Drama edition. The production was good, but Trippie's rapping was kind of something. and it was okay, but yeah, that's one of our more minimal releases this week.
Yeah.
And a quick overview. I don't know if we're gonna be seeing any Trippie Redd albums on the reviews, but that's what we're working with this week. And that brings me to one of the most important artists in rap history. People would put him up there with Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake, Nas, Tupac, Biggie, Tommy Richman,
friend of the show. At this point,
friend of the show at this point.
Yeah.
But this if you guys are looking for the lore, just go watch the Hot Takes episode in the last 10 minutes of that. You will get the entire lore. But Tommy Richman, new single Miami. Listen to this one. I thought it was pretty decent. Yeah. I mean, it's not Tommy Richman's biggest artistic chops, but the label wanted to hit.
Sure.
So it was good to listen to. I'm probably not gonna go back and listen to it, but if you like that style of his music, it's pretty solid. And I'm definitely listening to the next project. I feel like once you kind of get that label material out of the way for him, he'll be able to do some creative stuff. And I'm still looking forward to the next album.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to really stack it up to a lot of his stuff, considering all he releases is peak music. So it's kind of hard to do something with that. But like, no, I thought this one was solid. I thought it was like super funky. I really enjoyed the production on this one. No, I thought this one was solid as well. I mean, GOAT does GOAT things. What can I say?
All right, and so that brings us to the main event. We usually do the draft segment here, but I think with this segment it best fits. We're doing our new top 10 segment, WatchMojo.com here. Just ripping the top 10 albums of 2024. Which if I look back on it, I think was a genuinely like really good year of music.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna go under the radar. Within discussions, maybe not in terms of rap because of the Drake-Kendrick beef, and that will always be super infamous. But looking back on it, a pretty good year of music for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like when I was doing research for this, kind of jogging my memory, over the albums that released like last year, it was pretty good, man. There were a lot of like bangers. There were a lot of heavy hitters. Like, it was a pretty solid year overall. So I was kind of excited for this one.
Yeah, and I think maybe we get some. I had one honorable mention. I don't know if you had any. The Corday album, which I actually really liked. I just don't think objectively it's where I need it to be for this list.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to give that a quick shout out. Because that was something I really enjoyed last year.
That's funny because I also Corday album just barely missed it for me.
it was my 11th album. That is one that I just had off the list.
When I was making my list though, I was like, I wanted to squeeze it in, but I was like, I can't. I'm like in good confidence. But that one was solid. All
right, well, I'll kick it to you for your 10th album. Which one did you have here?
Let me take you on a little journey. Sam.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me take you to the world, the universe of Post Malone and his new country album, F1 Trillion. Did he ruin going to bars in Nashville for me forever? Yeah, absolutely, 100%. You couldn't escape the guy. But when you really look back at this, right, it's kind of like, I know this is out of your wheelhouse, but it's kind of like a love letter to country music as a whole. You got Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs, Twice, Blake Shelton, Brad Paisley, I think. But, you really, for me, I was like, going back, looking at it, I was like, this is solid. This is really good. This is definitely like a project I definitely enjoyed last year as a whole. I know you're not going to have an opinion or a thought, really, other than like, what the fuck are you thinking? But, no, I thought this was like, I thought it was good.
I tried to listen to it. I hate it. That was awful. And the thing too is like I think people underestimate how. I don't think people underestimate Beer Bongs and Bentleys, but I think people underestimate Stoney and how amazing of an album that was, and I loved that so much. And I don't really like. I'm not the biggest country music guy. I have probably about 5. We should do my top 5 country albums of all time list.
Yes.
Because it's someone who knows zero about country music trying to talk about country.
Yeah.
So it would be super interesting for me to do a segment on it.
Yeah.
But I listened to it because I like Post Malone. I hated the album.
Yeah.
Not my favorite. I didn't, and even in terms of a country album, I know nothing, but I do dabble here and there. So especially if you're just a music fan, you'll listen to some stuff here and there. I've listened to a couple Luke Combs albums. Definitely some Morgan Wallen stuff, but I didn't really like it. I went through it a million times. I hated it, but I know a lot of people who really enjoyed it, so that was not one that made my list.
Yeah, I'm not kidding, though. I had some help. It's literally, you go into a bar in Nashville, and you go out and go into another one, it's going to be playing every time. You literally cannot escape it.
I hate that song.
I heard it a million times. Like, me too. But...
Like, I don't think there's any creative chops in that song at all. And I'm not somebody who just shits on Morgan Wallen either.
Yeah.
Like, I think... Like, I hate that song.
I liked the song the first time I heard it, but after I heard it a million times, I can't listen to it anymore. It's literally unlistenable.
You know how we always have conversations about, like, that's just rage bait? That song was just chart bait. Like, that thing had no other purpose than to go number 1. That shit was chart bait. That's my new term coined here.
Fucking, like I'm telling
but-
you, 1 million of those streams are in the city, man. It's everywhere. You cannot escape it.
Yeah, the radio play was probably insane on that one too. But not one I had on my list. Any other notes on the Post Malone country album?
One thing I will say, just to close it out, is that you can really tell when you listen to this thing, like, he was just a kid that grew up listening to country music, man. And, like, he's good at it. Like, he's good at making country music. So, yeah.
So for my 10th album, I don't think this is gonna be one you had on your list. I had It's Us Volume 1 by the Concrete Boys. Absolute fire album. I think the diversity in it is crazy. And it's really just a playground for Yachty to experiment with. I think my favorite cuts from this, and really when I realized that Lil Yachty, I mean, obviously, outside of Let's Start Here, but L.A. Reid and Point Me To It are two songs that have, like, almost alternative production and very heavy acoustics on it. And, you know, so much different from any of these people's styles within Concrete Boys or Lil Yachty. And it's two of my favorite songs on the album. So definitely such a great project. And Lil Yachty, in terms of production and how we talk about him really being in his own lane in producing for people and setting up, like, even Caribou on songs like on Matt and Lita and the On the Radar freestyle. He's intentionally sacrificing to give his other artists the place to shine within the production and how he stages the verses, giving them the last verse on certain things like that. But It's Us, Volume 1, Concrete Boys. I love that album, and every time I go back to it, I find a new song that I love.
Yeah.
So that had to be in my top 10.
Yeah, 100%. That was a good album. That was a good ass album. I really enjoyed that one for sure. If this was like a top 10 like rap albums list, then that's probably in there. But this is probably in my top 15 for sure. Like I agree with you. I share the same sentiment. Like I thought it was a really good project. Really solid.
And I think too, you even see contributions from like Camo on like stuff that's almost like SoundCloud rap, like up to your standards, like Pierre Bourne influence, like modern. I would say like modern, not Rage, but some of the modern SoundCloud stuff, like a Summers or an Autumn or like a Yeet, but not like Rage style.
Yeah.
The diversity in the production is insane. Caribou's contribution to it is not bad. There's songs where there's that Detroit style rapping from Lil Yachty, which is one of his best styles, and in putting Draft Day in scenarios like that for him to succeed, who is like the first person signed to the label, still gives him a great spot to shine. In DC2 Trill as well, in a similar place, but really doing everything. Diverse production, diverse lyrics, great rhymes and bars across the whole thing, and it's just a Lil Yachty. It's as if he directed a movie, and it had to be on my list for this year.
Yeah, very solid, very good. Okay, I think for number 9, I'm gonna go into the world of Denzel Curry. King of the Mischievous South Volume 2. I think we've talked about this album before, maybe if I'm not mistaken, but I mean, I'll talk about it again. I mean, it's just a really, really solid project from Denzel Curry. I mean, he said himself he kind of like had to dumb it down a little bit, but I mean, it's just consistent quality throughout the whole thing. I don't know if this will be on your top 10, like maybe it is, maybe it's not, I don't really know, but I saw this album in concert. I saw him perform this live, and I mean the production is just solid. It's very high energy, you know, very aggressive. I love this. Definitely my top 10.
It's a great project. It missed my top 10. It would be like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
It's a great project, and I feel bad. Like I feel like Denzel Curry's like right in my wheelhouse. It's the same way I felt about Tyler after Flower Boy, where it's like I do not like Denzel Curry fans, but I like Denzel Curry.
Yeah.
And so I feel like if I went through Denzel Curry's discography post Taboo, or I think that's that album, I think I think I would really like everything there. I just don't think I give it like the real solid like listen. But it's a great album.
Yeah. If you do what I do, just ignore every Denzel Curry fan online, like you're good. Like, yeah, that literally works for me. And then he gets in your top 10 easily.
Yeah. So okay. Any other thoughts on the Denzel Curry album?
Not really. I mean, what else can be said? I mean, just a really solid, consistent project. I mean, I love you, Denzel Curry. That's it.
All right. And for another one that I don't think you're gonna have on yours, but I had Why Laud by No Worries, Anderson .Paak, and Knowledge. It is like a classic 90s 2000s influenced R&B soul album, and I think Knowledge's production on this is so diverse and insane, and I think that's a real theme you'll see on my list of these albums is albums that aren't afraid to do something new, but when they try something new, they hit on it, and they don't just put in a song to put in a song. I think the contributions from like a Dave Chappelle on the intro and Snoop Dogg on the ninth track from Here, where it brings you into that mid 90s vibe, that late 90s vibe, where it feels like the production is cohesive, it's all one project. I think the vocals from Anderson .Paak here are diverse, there's rapping, there's singing, and I think all the features are great. They bring Charlie Wilson kind of out of his main zone in an NVR remix, and also I think Ray Khalil's feature on this is amazing on the track with Earl Sweatshirt. Just really one of the most diverse R&B soul albums of this year, and like I said, from Here was Snoop and October Lonely, and October Lonely's vocal contribution on that track is amazing. That's probably a top 5 song for me of 2024. Anderson .Paak also raps on it, on like 86 Centra, and there's a little bit of New York hip-hop influence, but features are great, production is great, all around cohesive album, probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're right. This wasn't in my top 10, but like definitely probably a solid project. I need to go back and listen to it. Like I've definitely like heard it like in passing from somebody somewhere, but like I'm just not like super familiar with it. Like I can't like go from memory and be like, oh, I remember this is exactly what it sounds like. But I'm gonna take your word for it.
Yeah, I think that's how I felt about the Denzel album, and that's how you felt about the No Worries album.
Yeah. Okay. So I think for my next pick, well, I know. For my next pick, I'm gonna go with, I don't know if this one's gonna be on your list, but probably not. I'm gonna go with the Freddie Gibbs album, You Only Die Once.
It's not on mine.
Yeah.
It's not on mine.
This one, yeah, I really recommend. If you haven't listened to it, you gotta listen to it. Freddie Gibbs, I think, is one of the better rappers like right now, and the production is insane all the way through. It's just kind of like a theme with albums I like, where it's consistent quality that I really enjoy, and there's not really any like low point. Like there's not a point where I'm like, oh, this is kind of boring me, or like this production could be a little bit better. I think the first song, even like the first song, Status, is just so sick, and then Steel Doors is insane. Like it's like that classic like Freddie Gibbs production. It kind of sounds like those albums he did with Madlib, but like obviously not. But no, this one was a really solid project for me. Definitely in my top 10.
I don't think I listened to that once, and I don't think I really was in like full force like listening mode with it.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to it, but it's interesting to talk about as we head into an Alfredo 2, which we'll absolutely be reviewing.
I'm so excited.
Which I'm super excited for. Like imagine if that Tyler album was rap, and then we hit Alfredo 2 off of the Clips album.
Yeah.
But definitely a solid. I'm not the biggest Freddie Gibbs fan, but I wouldn't doubt his chops on it.
Yeah. No, he's very solid. I love Freddie Gibbs, so yeah, this one's really excited. I can't wait for Alfredo 2. I think it comes out in like 2 days, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
For my next one, at number 8, I think you could bet your life that this wouldn't be on my list. Like, I don't think...
Yeah, wait, go finish your thought.
I don't think you would ever think I even listened to this album. But number 8, and I thought is putting this high as like 4 or 5.
Oh, shit.
Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish.
Whoa!
I love this album. It is like so good. It's 45 minutes straight of like perfection. Like, and I think I should have this higher than I do, but I love this album. The song, I think Billie Eilish might be the best songwriter, and kind of choice of song, of, you know, lyrics and stuff like that in the game. And just 45 minutes, no bloat. The production through it is diverse. Like, even if you hear like the soft stuff of like, you know, a Wildflower, like the guitars, but then you go into something that has like almost drum machine like you know, drums on a Chihiro, and like kind of just the themes of, it's a sad album, but it hits different parts of like loving yourself, or, you know, loving somebody else, or not being able to love somebody else. It's just it's a kind of a sad sounding album throughout, but the way that it takes so many different approaches in making you feel that in terms of production is really good. And Billie's vocals on it are insane. I think this is her strongest album by far.
Yeah.
And I easily could have put this in my top 5.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good pick. Me personally, like I think Billie Eilish is fantastic. I just can't get into the music personally. I understand objectively the album is good. Like, I listen to the album, I understand objectively it's good. And I think like putting it in the top 10 is like 100% valid. But like, I think if I was a little more like tapped into like Billie Eilish, like I was when I was like 16, when she was like first coming up, then I'd be like, you know, it's probably like, I would probably put that like just outside my top 10, probably my top 15, but it's a really good pick.
And you know what? I don't even like when we fall asleep, like, where do we go? I don't even like that album.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even really like the early Billie Eilish stuff. Like, I feel like it's like just not showing her full capabilities.
Yeah.
And I'm such a big fan of this, and I hate that like Birds of a Feather took off on TikTok, because that is one of the, that like, if you take out the corniness, you take out all of that stuff, it is such a well written song, and I feel like almost anybody could sing it.
Yeah.
And it would be amazing. Lyrics, songwriting, production, you know, storytelling on this album is unmatched. And I think the only better storytelling album, well, I won't spoil it, but there's only one on this that I would say has better storytelling than that. Also, we haven't had any repeats yet, but if you have, if there's another one, say I have something at 8, you have it at 6, we'll just talk about the full album, and then we'll gloss over it when you, or when the next.
Yeah, if we find a similar one, don't say where you put it. Yeah, but just describe it. Okay, cool. I dig that. Okay. For my number 7 pick, I'm gonna take you to a place you don't even know, brother. Like, this is a me album. Relax, calm down. But this is going to be The New Sound by Geordie Greep, who's the former guitarist of the band Black Midi. This is a rock album. Stay with me, and it is fucking insane. Like, the guitar riffs are out of this world. Like, it's a very long album. It's 11 songs. It's about an hour, but each song is like, it feels like a journey. Like, I love the song Through the War. Holy Holy is the big hit from that album. That song rocks. The New Sound also rocks. It's just like, it is so good. It's just like, there's highs, there's lows. I know you definitely haven't heard this, but like, I don't know if it's like, it's kind of like a new age, like rock sort of thing. It rules, man. It actually rules. Like, those who know, those who know. You know, Geordie Greep, Radiohead's Creep, Lakers in 5. I have no idea who this guy is, but I bet it's great. Yeah, I know you wouldn't have anything to add, but like, you know, it's just, yeah. I feel like all the songs just take you through a journey, and like, the guitar is just insane. I love this. I would not put this anywhere outside my top 10.
Yeah, you know, that'll be my homework assignment. I'll listen to it.
Yeah, I don't even know if you'll like it, but I like it.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I unfortunately, like, I feel like a lot of the stuff I listen to outside of hip hop is older.
Yeah.
Like, it's like 70s, 80s, 90s, and it's like very specific. It's like alternative. So it's like, I really struggle to hop outside of the hip hop bubble, but I think too, when we do our 2025 top 10 albums, we'll do a top 10 list, and then we'll do like a top 10 recommended albums list, I think would be good.
Yeah.
Where we recommend albums from artists under 10K, under 50K on Instagram,
Yeah.
like real stuff. Because there was some stuff like local stuff. I probably would have put like Sam X's project in here, or you know, like some local stuff that I love. But this is something bigger for sure, and I gotta listen to it.
Yeah. Tap in.
I will tap in. How big is that album in terms of like, is that on a lot of lists, like a Pitchfork, like an Anthony Fantano?
Yeah.
How is that? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this was in Fantano's like top 10 as well. Maybe even his top 5.
Okay.
But
awesome. Yeah, so it's definitely not like a small artist by any means,
No.
but it's just out of my frame of reference.
Sure.
Number 7, I have an album that I don't think you like. American Dream by 21 Savage. I love this album. This album is so good. Features every single point. I think it's the most introspective 21 Savage has gotten. Like stuff on Letter to My Brother and All of Me. Stuff that almost feels Jay-Z inspired in terms of his productions. You even get the dark stuff, like a Savage Mode type stuff with Pop Your Shit with Young Thug and Metro Boomin, that dark 21 Savage. But the way 21 Savage can really rap with any of the features on this album, talking about, you know, Just Like Me with Burna Boy, the song with Summer Walker, Doja Cat, where she's even like playing on NHIE, where she's playing with just saying ad-lib, having fun with it, where it's a back and forth, but it's still fun, but it's still dark 21 Savage in the way he kind of integrates in there. The production is great, the vocals are great. And I've said this a million times, but the way that Travis Scott raps like the rent is due on Nina is unparalleled in the Travis Scott discography in terms of lyricism and bars. I love this album as a whole. Great production, great lyrics, great wordplay, great bars.
I was hoping this would be in your top 10 because I need to like talk about this. Like the point of if you go in the hot takes episode, I have an opinion of the 21 Savage fall off is imminent, and I may have construed my opinion in a way that makes it sound like I thought the 21 album was bad, which is not my intention. It was more the fact that it was like hit deficient compared to a lot of like his other albums. Again, I thought this one was solid, you know, not in my top 10, probably maybe like an honorable mention, but like definitely not bad. But like I understand where you're coming from. So I just wanted to like clarify my stance.
And I think in the hot takes episode, that's partially my fault because like I wanted to look at like American Dream because it is the last major release, so you kind of have to talk about it.
Yeah.
In terms of if he's going to fall off.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's a great project. I think it's probably 21's best project if I'm being objective. I think I might like I Was more. But I think if I'm being objective, if you look across the whole thing and how there's 12 songs I still listen to regularly, it's 21 Savage's best project.
Yeah. No, I can't disagree with that opinion. All right, for my number 6, this is definitely an album you don't like. I'll just put that out there right there.
Oh god.
Let's just go. Fuck it. Rip the Band-Aid. I'm gonna go. I Lay Down My Life for You. JPEGMafia. My number 6 spot. Sam, I know how you feel about Peggy, and you know how I feel about Peggy. I just think his production over the years has gotten more and more like insane, and like it's like culminating to this album, and I love it. I'm such a sicko for stuff like that. He's got like guitars now. I mean, he's like rapping better than ever. If I was an NBA player, I'd be Dylan Brooks, but worse. Come on, dude. No, but like I really do love this album. There's a lot of like I'm a Peggy Glazer. Like what can I say? Like Sin Miedo is probably my favorite like song from the album. Like I'm just in love with Peggy's production throughout the whole thing.
I don't know how I feel about the hyperpop stuff. It's really hard for me to get into. And I know I think like a lot of people get into it because like it is critically acclaimed. Because the Fantanos of the world, the Pitchforks of the world love this type of stuff and they suck it off like crazy because it's so experimental. But I like if I'm sitting there and I'm sitting down, I don't want to like, and I think JPEGMafia is different than like a Death Grips or like a Jane Remover. But it's like why do I want to listen to this?
Mhm.
Like, and I mean that in the nicest way. Is like I just have no urge to like just listen to these loud noises and these guys who like. I think a lot of the times people get on the SoundCloud rappers or even newer stuff for appropriating rap, but I feel like even the hyperpop stuff, I think there's a better argument for it.
Yeah.
And as much as I want to sit here and be like, it's okay, I just don't get it, but I just don't, and I don't like the hyperpop stuff much.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I get that if you like that genre, you'd have it high on this list.
I understand where you're coming from, but like for me personally, if I see something critically acclaimed and I listen to it and I think it's shit, I'll say it's shit. You know?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you. I'm saying that a lot of people.
I know. I'm just saying, like, when I listen and I sit down and I listen to JPEGMafia, I actually enjoy what I'm hearing because, yeah, I don't know why. Again, I think episode 1, I said I was dropped in my head or something, but like something else.
How? Okay. Let's talk about this. So there's an interesting discussion around this. Have you been to any of the live performances of guys like this, like a JPEGMafia?
No, but I almost
Brown?
went to Death Grips and JPEGMafia, but I was broke.
So if you look at, I did photography for a Danny Brown concert, and the people, like the demographic that's there is interesting, to say the least. Like, I know Danny Brown has some early stuff where he's rapping, and it's like kind of like it's almost like Mac Miller, like OJ the Juice Man, like inspired, like 2011, like Wiz Khalifa rolling paper raps. Not like about weed, but in terms of flows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's a weird demographic, and a lot of the meme community really, and like inherently internet community likes this stuff, and I'm just not on the internet.
I was very jealous when I saw those Danny Brown pictures get posted. I'm gonna be completely blunt. Like I was like, fuck. Like, no way he saw Danny Brown.
Yeah, and he doesn't appreciate it like I do.
Yeah.
He doesn't even appreciate it.
He doesn't get it. He doesn't. I'm different. No, but no, I love Piggy. This album rocks. I know Sam hates it, and I know a lot of people hate it, but you know, if you like it, you like it. Type shit.
Absolutely. Number 6. I don't think you'll have this one on this list, but I know you like the artist. Maybe in Nirvana by Smino. It is Smino's most concise and thematic project in terms of like overall feeling. It might not be like hit the same highs as Love for Rent, but it does really, really get into a more vulnerable place. And when you hear like even the intro of it, it has this very home-like feel, where you feel like warm, you feel like you're in this home, where you feel like all these raps are like you're freestyling on the couch with your friends. But then it also like it has the vibe plays of like a Ready Set Goku, a Taekwondo, maybe a Nirvana, where it's like these Kenny Beats produce songs or this Thundercat influence. But then you also have like, I think Dear Friend might be Smino's like one of his best songs, really just on a solo effort, where he gets vulnerable, talking about his family, talking about how he has all this success, but what does the success mean, and what did this really give me? And that's something to see from somebody who's usually a flow artist, in the pocket artist, a R&B / rap artist who can do it all. It's interesting to see that from him. And he does all the same stuff you usually want from him as well. I had this at 6.
Yeah, that's a really solid pick. That one kind of went under my radar. Doing my research, I found myself looking at a lot of albums that I thought came out in 2024, but came out in 2023 or vice versa. And I think this was one of the cases where I kind of forgot that it came out this year.
This is December 6th, 2024.
This is December 6th?
Yeah, so it was the other way around where it was 2024.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
yeah.
It had popped up. I was gonna put this in our when we did our first very episode. That's on a Zoom call. I was gonna put this in my it was gonna be like number 1 or like number 2.
Yeah.
On my top 5 albums of this year so far, but it ended up being a year, and it's almost like a Roddy Ricch.
Yeah.
Excuse me for being antisocial.
Yeah.
Like that time frame where you almost feel like it's a 2025.
Yeah, no,
but
yeah,
it's newer.
No, it's a solid project for sure. Yeah, it wouldn't have been in my top 10, but you know, Like, definitely a good album. Okay, I think we're officially past the phase in my top 10 list of slop I like. I think it's broken up into
Yeah.
two parts. Bottom half is slop I enjoy, and now this is like where it gets real.
How many do you think out of these 5 we're both gonna have?
Out of these 5, 4.
I agree.
Maybe all 5. No, 4.
No,
4.
you don't have 5. 4.
4
Yeah.
for sure. Number 5, We Don't Trust You.
Oh, okay. We probably swap placements on this.
Yeah, we definitely swap placement. But you're gonna hate my top 5, bro. Yeah, We Don't Trust You, number 5. I mean, what else hasn't been said about this album? Probably one of the most important albums of last year for sure. And like just Metro Boomin and Future, like both at the top of their games. Like it is just insane, top down. The features are insane, type shit like that. All of that stuff. Fantastic album. I mean, we've talked about it probably like 3 times at least, but
yeah, make sure you check out the Hot Takes episode for my full in-depth take on this, but I'll hit the highlight here on this one. It's historic. Like we always say, it's such an important album in the history of hip-hop to where you need to respect it that way. And it also has the musical chops where it's not just like this one song that started this beef, but it's historic. It's got an enduring legacy, a deluxe with even better tracks on there. You get everything you want from Future, from bars to melodies to hooks to iconic outros. I have this further up on my list, but 5 is far from a bad placement for it. In my opinion, the best Future album. Make sure to check out the Hot Takes episode because I go super in depth on this project. And there's a whole segment about this on there. So make sure you check this out after this video. But We Don't Trust You is also in my top.
Yeah, nice.
You're not gonna like my 5th place.
Let's hear it.
At 5, I have GNX.
Ooh. Ooh.
By Kendrick Lamar. I think this might be something you have at 1 or 2. Definitely top 3.
Okay.
I like this album, and I think I probably like this more than Mr. Morale and Section 80. I really like how cohesive the album is. It's a West Coast rap album. You get everything from the like, and even the SZA features. It feels so TDE of an album, where it's SZA on Luther and Gloria. The interludes with almost the gospel or orchestra, opera singing is the word I was looking for in between it. And if you really eliminate all the TikTok sounds and Drake beef and kind of all the outside optics of it, a lot of the like a Peekaboo with TV off are great songs. And a TV off is corny as hell, but like if you remove all the context from it, a lot of the stuff is like actually really good when you don't have that in there.
Yeah.
I really like this album. And you know what I really want to give a shout out to on this album is the Hard Part 6 with him really diving deep into the storytelling of Ab-Soul, Black Hippie, like all that stuff and how he got onto the rap game. It's got to be one of my favorite storytelling and honest tracks from Kendrick. It's where he really wasn't allowed to be honest and vulnerable with this Drake beef. You kind of see that form in the Heart Part 6, even though it's not the most. I really like this album. This album is like probably 4 in Kendrick's discography for me, but I like GNX.
Yeah, no, you're right. This one's higher up on my list, for sure. But yeah, basically, like you hit the nail on the head. Like this is just an incredibly. My whole argument or like take about this album was like you said, if you take out all the shit that comes with like Kendrick right now and like how the public largely perceives him, and just listen to the album as it stands, it's very, very good. It is a very, very good Kendrick project. Like it's like you can say all this stuff like about like TV off or like whatever song is in like the TikTok meme cycle, but like this project is very solid. And yeah, the Heart Part 6 is probably one of my like top songs.
And I think this album also brings out some of the best of SZA, and I think like them choosing both Luther and Gloria to be on this, even though like, and again, it's really that surrounding nature of GNX that like really detracts from how great it is. There's many years where I would have GNX as my number 1 album of the year. Like you could probably pick 5 years out of the 2010s where I'd have it as a top album. But I think there's he brings out the best in everyone on this, and it's a really solid album if you remove the context. and I have it at 5, and I think 5's appropriate. If it's higher, that's fine.
Yeah. No, I'm cool with 5. I don't care.
And I think you could say the same for We Don't Trust You,
Yeah.
and that could be the top album of multiple other years
Yeah.
of like a week.
My top 5, I was really struggling with, to be completely and fully honest with you, because I think there's a lot of movement for sure. This is bait. No, I'm kidding. My number 4 album, I'm gonna go with Charm by Clairo at number 4.
This is my list. This is on my list, but it's higher.
Yeah, I figured as such. Yeah. No, this album, oh my god, it's just so good. I think I'm just a Clairo stan. I think anything she releases, I'll think is like super fire and super good. I've been there since the beginning, but like Slow Dance, Terrapin, Juna, Add My Love, like, man, I just love that sound, and like I think it's only evolved like as Clairo's kind of grown and progressed as an artist.
I would definitely say this in like a totally different way, but also it leads me to the similar conclusion. Is this feels like the most intimate Clairo album, kind of like the Smino album, like where even if you saw how she staged her live shows, where there's people singing in the background, and it's more like she has the headphones on, and it's more of like a live. It's an intimate album where you don't see the guards that a younger Clairo would put up in terms of her storytelling and what she thought about it, and it leads to both these strong themes with the earworm nature she already had, like on a Juno, on a Second Nature, on a Terrapin, and it really this album feels like it was made to be performed live.
Yeah,
and I love that about this album. I had it higher, but anything within the top 5, I think it's kind of interchangeable.
Yeah,
and I love Charm.
Yeah, this one was like very like I was like this thing was flying all over my top 5. To be completely honest with you, I didn't know where I could squeeze it in, but I think I'm happy with this. I'm happy with 4. I'm good with that.
4 is one that is absolutely not on your list, and the fact that I put this over GNX is not going to be a big. I don't think you're going to be applauding me on this one. I have Rebirth by DC the Dawn.
Dude,
this album is so good. Like there is like I really need people, even if you've listened to DC the Dawn before, you need to go back and listen to these 18 tracks of straight talent. Like you can go from like I think Fly Enough to Be Virgil is probably was one of my top 5 most played songs of last year. It is so good. It's almost like a Kanye influenced production. You see Travis influence, you see Cardi influence, and he even does like pop punk stuff on Burn the City, or Holy Matrimony, where it's strictly a DC the Dawn classic sound. It's very similar, maybe not on the same level to Yachty, but he does so many different things with his voice and so many different genres that he hits on this album. Pop punk, alternative, rage rap, SoundCloud rap, like every single thing he can hit, he does. And even like a pop influence on like Hello World, or Stella Rose, where he gets more like intricate and more in depth and a little bit slower, like a more maybe like an R&B, not really R&B, but more pop feel. He hits like 20 different genres in this album, 18 tracks. I love everything off of it, and I have it at number 4.
You put me on to DC the Dawn, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
But I have not like actually sat down and listened to the 18 tracks in a row, one sitting. That's my homework assignment. I've heard bits and pieces for sure. Like I love DC the Dawn, but I gotta tap in. I gotta listen to the whole. That's my homework assignment. I'm gonna listen to the whole album, front to back, and then I'll report back. I'll give a live reporting.
and I think too is like I just felt this like, and I could sit here and try to be objective and have GNX higher, but or not even put this one on the list. But I just felt like I'd be lying. Like I felt as if I'd be lying about everything. And I listened to this album so much and I enjoyed it so much that it was great. So that's what I had it for.
Cool. Yeah. This number 3, I think we've agreed we each have one that is not on each other's list, but it's on mine at number 3, and I'm going to the world of Brat by Charli XCX. Take away all that. Take away all the TikTok shit. Take away all the sounds. This thing is a certified just Oh my god, I love Brat. It is just, I think I got caught up in the Brat summer like fever. It is just a pure dance like club album. And each song, like even if I'm just sitting in my bedroom listening to this thing, I like, oh man, I wish I was at a club right now listening to this, you know? And it feels like that for every song. And, you know, I mean, I don't know if this is in your top 10, probably not, but no, this one was absolutely like, I mean, come on. Like 360, I still have Von Dutch in my playlist right now. Like, I love Brat.
I think the production across it is amazing, and I think her being influenced and taking the lane that she did has made her one of the biggest pop icons. I love it. It is a great album. Like, I'm a big fan of it. It's just like, I felt like if I sat here and I talked about it, like, I've listened to that album probably like 4 or 5 times. I felt like I would be disingenuous talking about it and be like, I love this, when I just don't really like, it's not really like something I can relate to insanely, or is like instantly in my lane. So it was a little bit different. But you know, it did what it needed to do, and I like, and there are some really high highs on that album. I probably have it like 11, 12, but it's a great album, and I wouldn't balk at it being in the top 3 even. Like, I understand why people love it.
Yeah, no.
Like,
yeah, for me, it's just, I just think the production just carries this thing so hard, and like the full shift for Charli XCX and this like dance, like club, like pop sound. I just think she nailed it. And it's just culturally too. This thing just is everywhere. That whole summer. Brat summer, baby.
so you had that at 3?
That was my 3, yeah.
Okay. So has 2 already, have we already talked
2
about
is
your
GNX.
Okay. So I had Charm at 3, and I had We Don't Trust You at 2.
Fire.
So
okay. That's fire.
2 and 3 for me, I've already talked about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I ended up having Charm at 3, and We Don't Trust You at 2.
Yeah.
And you had Next at 2.
Yeah.
Again, if you're in the top 6, it's interchangeable.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it was just so like all my top 4 or 5 through 2 were just flying all over the place. So.
And so I think it's kind of obvious what we have at 1 here.
Yeah.
Chromakopia by Tyler the Creator has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be number 1. he threw on the fit for your name.
I threw on the shirt.
But just really the idea of a Tyler concept album has pushed so far to where we're at now, to where it's so strong in what it produces and the dark themes and the real like this is no, you can't go into this album casually. This is an intense listen, and I couldn't say more good things about this album.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably like, I can sit here comfortably and say this is probably Tyler's most vulnerable he's ever been, and probably like his best he's ever been. Like, this album top down is just incredible. And I think I feel like I can understand why you feel indifferent about the new album now when you go back and look at Chromakopia, because this thing is just, every song is, it just hits you, man. And it's just an incredible like experience to just sit down and listen to. It is just, I can't say like what more is there to say that hasn't already been said about this.
I fully agree, and I think we've all I think this is an album I could easily give a 10 out of 10 to.
Yeah.
I think Take the Mask Off, and even like I think Take the Mask Off is an amazing song, and just really Tyler talking about like real stuff that he has never really, like, you can feel the weight coming off his chest on this album, like what he did differently. It's a dark album with a million different themes, from, you know, family struggle to, you know, him dealing with his father and not having him in his life, and just everything like that. And I mean, just and it feels like there are these such intense and dark themes, but to put it in the cloud, or in the idea of like a horror movie, and the videos he makes with it, and how he plays with those themes is something unmatched.
Yeah.
And it's such a good album. I couldn't have enjoyed it more.
Yeah. Just the world building too, like you said, was just incredible, like leading up to it. And it really kind of put you in like the headspace that you really needed, like you really need to be when you listen to a Chromakopia. But yeah, like it's peak. It's incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think like we could do a full blown review or like a full blown video
Yeah.
on everything that we're into, but I think that's a totally. I think we came in with some pretty fair top 10 lists.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I want to talk about Chromakopia more, but it deserves its own video. It deserves its own segment.
Yeah.
But I think even like stuff like Daniel Caesar on Saint Chroma and
Oh my god.
like people overextending themselves with their vocals. And I think Darling Eye is a top 5 Tyler song, and Tizo's performance on that is incredible. And just how Tyler molds this project is unmatched. And it's unfair to compare this new project to it. Just like you said, looking back.
Yeah, Dochi's version on Balloon is also so sick. It is so good. Opinions aside, but I just
it's good. It's listenable.
Yeah.
Like Tyler brought the best out of it.
We're not doing the Dochi thing right now. Different segment.
We're not doing it.
Calm down, relax.
But I think everything from like every single track on this is an experience in itself. Like him, Noid, or even him doing like and he hits all that he plays the greatest hits by and creates something new. Even like a Ratata where he's having fun or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's all new. It's all strong. It's all thought out. There's no fluff. Like I don't know. This might be my favorite Tyler album. It's up there. I'm not sure, but it easily could.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
All right. Well, wrapping this up, you have your final list in front of you?
Yep, I got it. Yeah, so mine was F1 Trillion, Post Malone, King of the Mischievous South, Denzel Curry, You Only Die Once, Freddie Gibbs, New Sound, Geordie Greep, I Lay Down My Life for You, JPEGMafia, We Don't Trust You by Future and Metro Boomin, Charm by Clairo, Brat, Charli XCX, GNX, Kendrick Lamar, and Chromakopia. Number 1.
And I had It's Us Volume 1 by the Concrete Boys, Why Laud by No Worries, Hit Me Hard and Soft, Billie Eilish, American Dream, 21 Savage, Maybe a Nirvana, Smino, GNX, Kendrick Lamar, Rebirth by DC The Dawn, Charm by Clairo, We Don't Trust You by Future and Metro Boomin, and Chromakopia by Tyler, the Creator. Everyone listening to this is going to be like, oh, you guys just listen to mainstream music, but what is the purpose of making a list where people have heard 2 of the albums on my list?
Yeah.
Like we'll need to kind of get over that and see that I want to talk about things that people have an opinion on.
Yeah. And maybe mainstream music is mainstream because it's good. We ever think, isn't that a crazy concept?
Who would have ever thought?
Who would have thunk it?
But yeah, great. That wraps up our top 10 albums list. I think you have a good. I hate that Post Malone album,
dude.
But everything I said, I think you have a good list.
I think I just moved to Tennessee in my life. Like my worldview got shifted, and I like country music now. I don't know what's happening to me.
I think that's exactly what happened. That's a great way to put it.
I gotta listen to like all of Kendrick's discography in a row again. I need to heal.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I think it's interesting to look at. But with that wraps up our show. We're coming in on about 70 minutes with this episode.
It's not bad.
Episode of the Bridge Free podcast. Thank you guys for coming and listening to this. Episode 7. So if you can interact, like, subscribe, do whatever you can to help this video, we greatly appreciate it. And I thank you guys for listening. Hope you have a great rest of your week.
Peace.